All right, boys and girls, last day of daily math for this week, day 4. All right, our first problem is a word problem. It says Jake's dog weighs 24 pounds. Liv's dog weighs 42 pounds. Jimmy's dog weighs twice as much as Jake's and Liv's dog combined. How much does Jimmy's dog weigh? All right, so we got to do a couple of things. So when it says Jimmy's dog weighs twice as much as Jake and Liv's dog combined, combined means we have to add. So our first step is to add Jake and Liv's dog together. So I'm going to go to my notebook for this. So I'm going to use a tape diagram to represent my addition problem. And we have Jake's dog. I'm just going to do a J for Jake. Weighs 24 pounds. And Liv, L for Liv, weighs 42. And I need to figure out how much their dogs are combined together, how many pounds they weigh when we combine them together. So 24 and 42, add those together, 66 pounds. Okay, so now that I know it weighs 66 pounds, it says Jimmy's dog is twice that amount. So my new picture is going to look like this because Jimmy's dog is twice 66 pounds. So I need to do 66 twice. So you can either add 66 plus 66 or you can do 66 times 2. So 6 times 2 is 12. Carry our 1. 6 times 2 is 12 plus 1 is 13. So he's kind of got a big dog. His dog weighs 132 pounds. So we're going to say Jimmy's dog weighs 132 pounds. That is a big dog. All right, let's look at the next problem. 54 over 100, the way that we would write this as a decimal is 54 hundredths. So remember last week we talked a little bit about the place value of decimals, and the place value after the decimal is tenths, then hundredths with a TH on the end. So the way you would write this is just dot 54. So 54 hundredths is written like that. If you don't put the decimal there, it's just 54. And that's the difference between like $54 and 54 cents. So big difference with that decimal. 54 out of 100 is saying you have 54 pennies out of 100. Okay, so be careful with that. All right, decompose 7/10 in 2 ways. So I need to think of 2 numbers that I can add together to get 7. 2 numbers that I can add together to get 7. So I can think of 3 plus 4 equals 7. And I think this might be a typo because I can't think of any other. Oh, yes, I can. 3 plus 4 equals 7. And can you think of 2 different numbers that we can add together to get 7? You could also add 6 plus 1. You could add 5 plus 2. I'm going to do 5 plus 2. So you could have different answers here. Another way you could also do it is, like I said, 6/10 plus 1/10 also equals 7/10. So there's more than one way to do that. All right, it says round 320,152 to the nearest 10. I'm just going to rewrite this number, 320,152. We're rounding to the nearest tens. Find your tens place. It's in the 5 is in the tens place. Look behind it. It tells you that what to do with the number I underline. It tells us I need to keep it the same. So I'd either change it to a 6 or leave it a 5, and because it's a number behind it is a 2, tells me to keep it the same. So all the numbers in front stay the same. The 5 is going to stay the same, but the 2 becomes a 0. Because remember, when you're rounding, all the numbers behind it become a 0. There's only one number behind it in this case. So that's the only one that becomes a 0. So 320,150 is your answer. All right, I'll see you next week for more daily math.